Jamaica and the whole place turn up. I touch Miami and the whole place turn up. I'm a home T&T when the whole city turn up. Anywhere that I go and the whole place turn up. London, England, when they know that we turn up. I come from my humble place, ghetto where superstars are made here. Everybody start to clap for me. Second start coming back again. Everybody start to clap for me. Second start coming back again. Everybody start to clap for me. Second start coming back again. Everybody start to clap for me. Stay the facts now. I give the people them all of the love. I give the people them all of the trust. I give the people them all I can give. That's why the people them show love to me. I give the people them all of the love. I give the people them all of the trust. I give the people them my loyalty. That's why they show love to me right now. Eating nice, watch how I change up my lifestyle. Tell Caribbean airline, man I'm flyer than you pay. Yeah, right now eating nice, watch how I change up my lifestyle. People greet me with their smiles. Everywhere they know me name. Well, everybody let me start mash it up. Touch a big stage, touch a big show, mash it up. Everybody come true, but they know I mash it up. Every place that we go, every festival show, and the people don't know. Cause I me come to mash up the place. Me come to make people wave, make people get mad and full up of vibes. Put your hand in the sky, yes. Everybody start to clap for me. Second start coming back again. Everybody start to clap for me. Second start coming back again. Everybody start to clap for me.
Greetings and salutations, one and all. How you doing? Welcome to the night shift with DJ Kevin Steele. It's community and finance night. Inviting to call a friend, tell a friend of a friend, friend of an enemy of a friend, and don't leave your enemies out. Tell them to. Tell everybody. It's the night shift with DJ Kevin Steele. I want to say big ups to each and everyone locked in right now. Those on TuneIn Radio on the night shift with DJ Kevin Steele, much love to you. Big ups to those who are locked in across the pond. One Harmony Radio. Big ups to you guys in the UK. Much love to those in New York. Island worldwide. That's everything the power of music. Much love to you. Those in New Jersey, NIE Radio. Big ups. If you're locked in from out of Texas, WGLRO, home of the Donnie Walker Morning Show, the People Station. All-Up Radio, Dusik Media Groups, all representing Texas. Much love to you. Big ups to those on the Foundation Radio Network, ClintonLindsay.com. Thank you for the support. Alright, now let's see if we can work this thing out tonight. I'm not sure what's happening with the stream on kevinstew.com, but working through it, yeah? So of course, those who are locked in on Facebook Live, I almost forgot what you were called. So glad to have you, couldn't do it without you. You have my word, I wouldn't even try. Yeah man, wanna say thanks to each and everyone, all my people them. Yeah man, that's all of you know. Thank you to my segment sponsor, Pulse Media Group. When being in a moment is priceless, give them a call. For innovative streaming and recording solutions, check them out at paulcmg.com. Call them, text them, message them by any means necessary. Pulse actually has a new number, 754-999-1140. Yeah, I'll update my information in just a few. In the meantime, between time, I'll tell them thanks nonetheless.
To all the people that moving, supporting me from straight beginning to the end. To all my friends, to all of my haters, them. Big up every single one of them. I tell you, yo, big up my mom, big up my dad.
So
everybody who in a Trinidad,
those on Facebook Live,
whole world them will support.
we're hanging out tonight.
We just touring, we sit down, look a squad in the beat.
But the numbers to call, numbers to text remain the same, you know. Don't worry, it hasn't changed. 773-789 stew, 773-789 stew, 7839. If you can't spell out stew on your phone, it's 773-789-7839. Really easy to remember. You can call, you can text, you can WhatsApp, you can Telegram. Just link up by any of these means necessary, yeah? Again, those on Facebook Live, much love, much love, much love. So, all right, let me make sure that I'm connected everywhere that I can be right now. So, what we're looking at tonight is, some of you might have caught some information from us in recent times. Well, I shouldn't say from us. Over the weekend, yesterday, Sunday, on Sundays I typically produce a broadcast called Bar Talk. A broadcast done in from the Moment to Remember studios here in South Florida, courtesy of Luke Ballantyne, and he is the host of Bar Talk. And so I produce this show, and this week I do some work with Luke also from time to time. And this past weekend we did a 2-day wedding, Friday and Saturday. Beautiful couple, and they seem very much in love and very much on the path to a great relationship, I would say. So here it is. We did this wedding, and then we did this broadcast, this edition of Bar Talk, where we asked the question, you know, why do people spend money getting married only to go divorce? So they're asking the question, why marry, basically. That if you're going to lead to divorce, you know, why you want to get into it anyway. But of course, I don't believe the reason for getting married is to want to get divorced. Although statistics have shown, not that you needed to do any statistics for it, but 100% of divorces start in marriage. So there's your starting position right there. But there is also the other institution. And I guess marriage is called an institution for a reason, but we won't even get into the reason why they call it an institution. You know, like prison and mental hospitals, institutions. But schools are institutions too, right? So you can learn something from it. It won't only let you go crazy and want to get arrested. There is the common law marriage. Now, I don't know how many people recognize that type of union. I don't know how many people, if they recognize it, endorse it. So, you know, they acknowledge that it is there, but they don't pay it any mind. And then you have some that know that it is there and they give it all the attention because it's like the best thing since sliced bread. So I decided to look at common law marriage tonight. And I do want to say, for those who were expecting to catch Tasha Simmons, family attorney, tonight, Tasha isn't feeling well. And so I am holding it down for this family law legal segment on the Night Shift to DJ Kevin Stew, which typically has been happening on the fourth Monday. So, now, looking at the information here, In the United States, common law marriage has been in existence since the horse and buggy days of 1877. That's a while. And while it might sound like an archaic form of marriage, it is still technically around today in one form or another in 10 states and the District of Columbia. I always wonder why it is they say in these states and District of Columbia. Additionally, 5 states recognize common law marriage with some restrictions. Now, as it relates to this particular article, courtesy of findlaw.com, it's looking at the meaning of common law marriage, which states recognize them and how you get into one and what factors courts use to determine whether one exists. Because, there are some legal aspects of common law unions. So, first of all, how would one define a common law marriage? It is one in which the couple lives together for a period of time and holds themselves out to friends, family, and the community as being married, quote unquote, but without ever going through a formal ceremony or getting a marriage license. So there are 3 common requirements for most states, and it is important to note that just living together is not enough to validate a common law marriage. 1, these are the 3 things, 3 criteria if you want to put it that way. 1, you must live together, and the amount of time varies from state to state that acknowledges common law unions. 2, you must both have the legal right or the capacity to get married, which is you must both be over 18 years old, which again also varies by state. You must both be of sound mind. Well, that's always questionable. You must both not be married to someone else. I guess that also can be the case in some states because, well, okay, in parts of where Utah, I think they acknowledge polygamy and polygyny. You must both intend to be married. Now, this one is kind of just out there. You must intend to be married. Is that to each other or to other people? You must both hold yourself out to friends and family as being a married couple. So people seeing you or knowing of your relationship should be able to say, yeah, they've been married, quote unquote, married for X amount of time. So the taking of the last name or referring to each other in public as husband or wife or spouse, holding joint accounts and credit cards, things like that. So the states that actually recognize common law marriage are Colorado, District of Columbia, Iowa, Kansas, Montana, Rhode Island, South Carolina, Texas, and Utah. And in the state of Texas, they call it an informal marriage. Now, there are also some states that have limited recognition of common law marriages, which would be Georgia, if it was created before January 1 of 1997. Idaho, if it was formed before January 1 of 1996. In New Hampshire, it's for inheritance purposes only. In Oklahoma, if it was created before November 1, 1998, they acknowledge it. Ohio acknowledges it if it was created before October 10, 1991. And Pennsylvania also acknowledges it if it was created before January 1 of 2005. Now, even if you don't have the capacity to marry at the point that you start living with someone, you can still end up in a common law marriage. And this could happen if you or your partner get a divorce with a former spouse while you're living together in a common law marriage state. And once you move in with someone who is married and their spouse dies while you're living with them, that can also constitute a common law union. Now, in both cases, you lacked the capacity to marry at the time you moved in with your partner, but gained the capacity through the divorce or the death of that spouse. Not to say that you should go and speed up the process of them checking out, but to acknowledge that, hey, if it so happens that that union has ended, whether by death of the individual or death of the relationship, the marriage, then you can be considered a common law partner in those particular states that recognize it. Now, once established, a common law marriage is just as valid and binding as formalized marriage. And it lasts until a court grants a divorce or one partner dies. Now, if your partner and presumptive spouse dies before you've legally established your common law marriage, you'll have to prove your marriage to be able to inherit and receive insurance benefits, or social security survivors benefits, or pension benefits, whatever benefits that would be available to a spouse generally. So how then do you tell if a common law marriage exists? Because I guess anybody can just say, yeah, we're married. That's my husband, that's my wife, that's my spouse. Generally, the strongest evidence that both parties intend to be married would be a written agreement between them to that effect. Now, ultimately, however, you only know for sure that a common law marriage exists when a judge says so. So, I guess you can't just get up and say, we are in this common law union, you need to recognize. Apparently, a judge has to declare it. So, here are some factors that a court would look at to determine if you are in or you were in a common law marriage. Did the two of you live together? Did one partner use the other partner's last name? Now, there are some actual marriages where the bride does not change her name. So you have to take that into consideration also when, looking at marriages on a whole. But in those cases, there is a marriage license and a certificate to say, yes, here is the couple. Did you sign contracts together to buy a home or to buy a car? Did you file joint tax returns? Did you have joint bank accounts? Did you refer to each other as spouses? Did you share household duties and expenses? Did you have and raise children together? It's interesting that they say and raise and not did you have and or raise children together. So if you didn't have children together but you raised children together, does that still count? If you and your long-term partner are living together but not married, would that still be a common law marriage? You may have some questions about the legal implications of your relationship, including the meaning of common law marriage in your state. And since everyone's situation is a little bit different, you could benefit from speaking with an attorney. And so, you can check around a few places to see where you can find the right attorney. But so you've been doing the, as some people call it, shacking up. You've been living with your partner for a long time. And I guess you could say that, well, given the time that we have been together, we might as well we call ourselves a common law couple. That should just happen, right? Well, apparently wrong. Because NPR.org says the common law marriage, which traces back its roots to Old English law, with it not being a nationwide thing and only existing in a few states, there are some other things that come into play. Because you have to live together a certain time, they say, for it to be a common law marriage. But it's not really that you live together for a certain time, but it's that you do certain things. Those things that we went down the list of doing just now. And I'll tell you them again. Live together, have the capacity to marry, and at some point, the intent. I guess if you're married and you intend to get a divorce and intend to marry the person that you're living with, then that says intent, right? You both must hold yourselves or be recognized in your circles as a couple, a married couple. Have joint bank accounts and credit cards, or share responsibilities and duties for maintaining a household. And of course, live in one of the states that recognize it. Because not everybody is saying, okay, we're cool with you being a married couple and we recognize it as such. Because that's not how it goes. Now, there is no formula, no algorithm, nothing like that for determining a common law marriage. And because of that, it can be a little bit confusing for courts. And the reasons why states like celebratory marriages is because there's a fine line. You're either married or you're not. With common law, it is not so clear. You always have to go and prove whichever side you have, your side. And there's always a little bit of uncertainty. The thing is, the law doesn't like uncertainty. The law likes bright, bold lines. So, more and more states apparently are getting rid of it. So, common law marriages also have tended to help women who were often economically dependent on their partners. And that continues through today. A typical context would be a woman who has lived with a man and has been totally financially dependent on that man. And he is the one who has been earning money and she's been doing the housework. Traditional kind of relationship. But they never officially got married. And so, without the common law marriage, She's not entitled to any benefits because that's all through paid work. If they were legally married, she could collect spousal benefits, or if he is dead, widow's benefits. But because they were not officially married, she gets nothing. And that presents an especially tough challenge. And that is why many states became hostile towards common law marriages. The other spouse is not there to give their version of the events. In Alabama, an appeals judge argued that she'd had enough of the legal murkiness of common law marriages, especially given how easy it is in the modern era to get legally married. In my view, Judge Terry Willingham Thomas says, there's no need for common law marriages to exist. Now, the cases, she argued, have taxed the court for too long. It's interesting when you look at certain things and you hear judges talking about cases that have been taxing the court. And then you look at cases where the court has been party to a miscarriage of justice. You look at all the exonerations that have happened in the last, I don't know, forever. You know, whether famous or not so famous. Cases that are being called up for question. Like right now you have Rodney Reed putting on an evidentiary hearing to prove his innocence. You have Julius Jones looking to do the same thing. You have famous cases like the Central Park Five that went through years to prove their innocence. These are cases that could be argued have taxed the system. But I digress. So, Judge Thomas says common law marriage should not be encouraged or tolerated when a bright line standard for determining marital status is readily available. The legislator, by its silence, should not require the courts of this state to continue to struggle to separate fraudulent claims of marriage from valid ones when requiring parties who wish to enter into a marital relationship to obtain a marriage certificate would decisively solve the problem. Hey, if there's a problem, find the solution. And apparently, in this case, if it is a problem for the courts, the solution is to get married. Legit. So as couples live together in record numbers, should the unwitting common law marriage be of concern? For couples who live together in states with common law marriages and want their wishes to remain unmarried and to be unambiguous, partners can write and sign a document stating their intentions to stay unmarried. So, I guess you can declare an intent to marry and you can declare an intent to stay unmarried. Who knew? Who'd have thunk it? Still, the changing face of the modern couple is shaping new laws designed to create some legal protections. All around the world, cohabitation is increasing and you're seeing a huge variety of legislative schemes are developed to respond to this. For example, Washington State offers couples in committed cohabitating relationships that they break up property rights similar to those afforded to married couples. If a couple is in one of these committed intimate relationships separates, a court can help equally divide shares, property, and assets. But of course, you need to live in that area. Across Canada, unmarried committed partners who live together for a certain period of time and have children together are afforded same rights and benefits of married couples. In Norway, couples who live together and have children together are also given same marriage-like rights. Norwegian inheritance laws were changed in 2008 so that couples with children could receive up to $34,000 in if their partner dies without having a written will. Cohabitation has, during the last decades, been widely accepted in society in Norway. About a quarter of the couples, or a fifth of all grown-ups, cohabitate. And more than half the children are today born before their parents eventually marry. I guess some of them don't marry. To take on a more or less unpaid workload while caring for children, being the homemaker or working part-time, made in particular the mothers vulnerable and in need for protection by the law. And in that respect, you have common law marriage being legit in places around the world. Thank you, Hubert. Much love for sharing this information. So, is common law marriage a good alternative to marriage? I guess that's a question that you'd really have to address with the individuals in the situation, because generally speaking, to make that determination would not be fair, in my opinion. But I don't know. What say you? 773-789-STEW. 773-789-7839. You can call, text, WhatsApp, Telegram. Reach out to me. Let me know. You can email me at djkevinstew@gmail.com. You can all my contact information is on kevinstew.com. The only thing you can't do on kevinstew.com tonight for this particular broadcast is catch it live, unless you're going to use the tune-in link on kevinstew.com, which takes you back to wherever you are listening to right now. Those, again, on the affiliate stations across the globe: One Harmony Radio, NIE Radio, Island Worldwide, WGLRO, Oliwap Radio, Dusik Media Groups, the Foundation Radio Network, ClintonLindsay.com, PEMGTV.com. Thank you. Truly appreciate, love you. Same way. Again, numbers to call, numbers to text. 773-789-STEW. 773-789-7839. I also want to take a moment to say thank you to my segment sponsor for this particular segment, Althea. Thank you very much. Althea SU is a licensed massage therapist that comes to you operating out of Broward County, North Miami-Dade, and South Palm Beach counties. She brings her table, she brings her oils, and over 20 years massage therapy experience. Call her and set up your appointment. 954-655-9000. That's 954-655-9000. Or email her at thealeta@att.net. Now, Althea is also a personal trainer, so she got the hookup for you. All right. Now, let me continue with this information really quickly, because, like I said, tonight is with not being able, two things happening tonight. Somehow, my stream not going out to the website. So you can't watch me live on kevinstew.com tonight, but you can still hear me on the affiliate stations. So that still works. Now, in most cases, and in asking the question, common law versus actual marriage, in most cases, common law marriage is not a good alternative to legal marriage. Some couples want to avoid a nasty divorce, so they set out to establish a common law marriage instead. Now, of course, you can have the argument, well, why talk divorce if you are intending to get married anyway? Well, I guess the practical ones would take it into consideration because relationships end. Nobody gets into a relationship for it to end, but they come to an end sometimes, whether by death or by just falling out. Whatever it is, more often than not, relationships end. So, if you live in a state that recognizes common law marriage, the only way to end the relationship is to ask the court for a divorce. Now, you'll need to go through the formal process of property division and custody and support determinations, in addition to asking the court to determine your relationship, to terminate your relationship legally. Now, divorcing from a common law marriage may first require a trial to prove to the court that you were in a legally enforceable marriage, which could take more time and money than a divorce from a traditional marriage. So the question at that point would then be, why not just get married legally and go through the divorce the way divorces happen, if you get to the point of a breakup? Now, some couples want a common law marriage for inheritance purposes, but the process, again, isn't any easier for common law marriages than traditional marriages. In fact, it's more complicated. So if your common law spouse dies without a will, your spouse's family may petition the court for the property because the two of you were not legally married. So you get left out in the cold with absolutely nothing. Now, before you can proceed to and collect your rights as a spouse, you'll need to prove to the court that your common law marriage is actually legal. And if you fail to meet even one of your state's common law marriage requirements, you'll risk losing your inheritance. Just like that, it's gone. And so, you might wonder, boy, is it worth it? How about I just do this whole marriage thing anyway? Now, common law marriages also prove complicated if you'd like to sue on your spouse's behalf. For example, if your spouse dies in a work accident, you can't sue the employer for neglect unless you can demonstrate that you and your spouse have a legally enforceable relationship. The court would require you first to prove that you meet the requirements for a common law marriage before you can proceed with the suit for neglect. Had you and your spouse formed a traditional marriage, the court would allow you to sue immediately on behalf of your spouse. So, what then can be done to protect and prove such a relationship? Is there a way for individuals to do so? And the short answer to that question is, yeah, you can. There's a way. Couples in a common law marriage can create legal documents which may help prove their intent to enter into a common law marriage by visiting an experienced attorney in their state. Now, attorneys can also draft estate plans, trust, wills, and advance directives that establish inheritance rights without the need for providing the common law marriage to the state later. So, let's then take this into consideration. Because as we were talking on Bar Talk, I was saying, you know, and I had this discussion with a friend of mine. If you can draft up you can draft up a contract and have that contract notarized and filed, and that contract can stipulate certain aspects or certain benefits to an individual, because that contract, you know, you draft it up, you have it notarized and signed by the parties involved. It's a legal binding document. And you can draft up a contract as it relates to spousal care or acting on behalf of a partner. And I guess that's where you give power of attorney. So if my partner and I decide that we're not going to ever get married, but we want to give each other power of attorney, we just draft that up. So there are documents, there are things in place legally that you can do to put certain things in that order if you don't wish to enter into the institution of traditional marriage. Now, anybody that wants to call it right or wrong, that is on you. I don't think any particular person is saying that there's a right way to do it or a wrong way to do it. You just do it or you don't do it. But to each their own. However, the question is asked by this one individual, courtesy of nolo.com. My ex and I separated 4 years ago, but had a registered common law marriage. My current boyfriend and I, with whom I've lived all this time, we're discussing marriage, but I'm not sure whether any divorce laws exist for registered common law marriages. I also found out that my ex registered another common law marriage 2 years ago. Could that mean we are not married? Now, the answer to this question is pretty interesting. And they say, contrary to popular belief, cohabitation alone for an extended period is not enough to create a common law marriage. And we went through some of the things that determine that it can be constituted common law. For a common law marriage to be valid, you must live together for a period defined by your state, intend on living as a married couple, and you must portray yourselves as married to the world. The most significant difference between common law and traditional marriage is that the couple does not obtain a license before getting married. Only a few states allow common law marriages today. Your first step is to determine if your common law marriage was valid when you entered it. Now, although the requirements vary a bit from state to state, typically, you'll have to prove to the court that you and your ex both intended to be married. You can demonstrate this with evidence of conduct showing an intent to be married. And these would include a written agreement signed by both of you showing your mutual intent to be married, witnesses who will testify to your marital status, witnesses who will testify that you held yourself out as a married couple, and documents showing that you called each other spouse and or shared a last name. Now, again, here is that intent. Does that intent come with or without strings attached, as in history. Some states require couples to register the common law marriage, and it sounds like that's a case in this situation, which should be enough to demonstrate your intent. Now, if a court determines that your common law marriage is valid, then you'll need to follow the steps to obtain a traditional divorce before you can remarry. So, if you live in a state that acknowledges common law marriage, you have to do the traditional divorce. Now, well, let me not jump the gun. Let me see what else is here in this information before I talk about the other person registering another common law marriage. You can begin the divorce process by filing a formal petition with the court where you live. You'll need to make sure you understand your state's residency and other divorce requirements. All states allow spouses to use a no-fault divorce process, meaning you don't need to prove that your spouse was at fault for the divorce in order for the court to grant your request. This process is usually faster, less expensive, and less stressful than a contested fault-based divorce. Neither you nor your ex-spouse are free to remarry until the court signs your judgment of divorce, which means your partner's second common law marriage is invalid. And that's basically that part that I was like, let me not jump the gun here and ask about that other common law marriage. So, since you have to prove your situation with the common law marriage, then how is he going to get that second common law marriage? Because it sounds like, okay, let me go back to the beginning of this. My ex and I separated 4 years ago, but had a registered common law marriage. So does that mean that the spouse had done no fault divorce? Because if this happens to an individual, they can go ahead and do a records request. They can check to see if any such document exists in the court system that pertains to them. So why not just check it out? Because clearly this guy already has intent to move on and have another common law marriage. So if he has done so, because common law marriages are his thing, then that document would exist, and you can go ahead now wanting to do your traditional marriage and get that done. Because if he registered that common law marriage, he should have done the divorce. But to make sure, just go ahead and check through your thing. And if not, go ahead and file your no-fault divorce. Or if there are things that you want to claim from him, you do your processes to claim whatever you need to claim and get that out the way. Alright, so tonight we're going to have an abbreviated information broadcast. For the rest of the evening, we'll do an extended musical therapy. I'll be jumping off Facebook Live for that. But understand, if you live in one of those states where common law marriage is a thing, and again, I'll remind us all of those states that recognize common law marriages: Colorado, District of Columbia, Iowa, Kansas, Montana, Rhode Island, South Carolina, Texas, and Utah. And the states that recognize them somewhat, because they are now banned. But in Georgia, it was created before January 1, 1997. Idaho before January 1, 1996. New Hampshire, for inheritance purposes only, they recognize common law marriages. In Oklahoma before November 1, 1998. Ohio before October 10, 1991. And Pennsylvania before January 1, 2005. Everywhere else in the United States, common law marriage is not recognized. So for all the South Florida listeners that have been shacking up and having this great life, if you want the benefits that are afforded to those who are married, go down to that courthouse and do your thing. Or put on your big celebratory event. Invite your 250 of your closest friends. Which is easy since you have so many by way of social media, right? And cater for them and have them come and eat up your food and cheer you on and go about their business, leaving you with a $30,000 expense to start off your union. Okay, so I might be pushing it a little bit and sounding a little bit facetious, but hey, I'm not I'm not knocking traditional marriages. So don't get it twisted. That's not what I'm doing. I'm just putting out there some of the things that come with it. So if you are one to pinch a penny, if you want to have a little party to celebrate your union, do so. If you want to just run down to the courthouse and make your union legit, do so. At the end of the day, it is between you and your partner. Because when you're going through that divorce, that separation, or that death, it's you and your partner, and in some cases it's just you. And so there are certain things that you can and should put in place. So do it. There are people that have been married forever and are still in the honeymoon phase of their relationships because they keep growing. They keep learning things about each other. And, it's interesting. There are some people that will say, do not get married until you know the person that you're going to be marrying. Because marriage is a lifelong thing and you should not be talking about divorce. Divorce is a sin. Alright. If you're going to bring sin into the thing, how exactly are you going to know your partner without sinning? I'm just saying. So, for those that want to enter into this institution, there are some that say get to know your partner. There are some that say, listen, if you feel that the person that you're with, you can do this, make learning your partner, make getting to know your partner be that thing that keeps you getting up each day in anticipation of learning something new. And if you enter that relation, just like every other type of relationship, you get up each day thinking, okay, what am I going to learn new about this person today? Is there something new that I can learn? Now, I really believe that it is after learning or believing that you have learned all that you can learn, that some of these relationships die. Because that renewing of the relationship is non-existent. So whether it is that you have given up or you have learned all that you can learn, for whatever it is, whatever reason it may be, that relationship dies. There are people that have been married 20, 30, 40 years that will tell you, every day is a new experience with my partner, and although we've been together this long. And we're loving it. And rightly so, you should. And in some cases, that happens with common law situations. In some cases, that happens with your traditional situations. But know where you live, know the law of your land, and the things that relate to that type of union. Because when children come into play, when property comes into play, there can be a little bit of tension. There can be some stress involved if you were to part ways. And, breaking up is never easy, whether it is a traditional marriage or a common law marriage, whatever the situation, just cohabitating. Breaking up is never easy. I wouldn't recommend it. But it's also a part of life. You build, you break down, and you rebuild again. You plant, you reap, and you replant. So the cycle continues and it goes on and on and on, like the song that never ends. It is up to you to know how your song is going to play out. It's up to you to know how you're going to maneuver, navigate, and chart your course. Yeah? Alright. So this is where I'm going to wrap up the information side of the night of the DJ Kevin Stew for this Community and Finance Night. For those of you sticking around, join me in Healthy Love tomorrow. Right here on the night shift of DJ Kevin Stew, 10 p.m. Eastern. All being well, kevinstew.com will be back in its full capacity. The site is up. It's just that the broadcast side of the site is down tonight for whatever reason. I got word that tech people are working on it. But, we'll be back when we're back. Can't happen before that, right? We're going to take a quick little break. When we come back, those on the affiliate stations will have the luxury of musical therapy. We get to bounce through some music and just have an extended musical therapy tonight. I want to thank you, each and everyone, for sharing, for calling a friend and telling a friend, an enemy, friend of a friend, friend of your enemy, enemy of your friend, that the night shift to DJ Kevin Stew is on Community and Finance Night, looking at common law marriages. We'll be right back. Facebook Live, deuces to you. Take care until we do it again.
Pulse Media Group, innovative streaming and recording, has done it again. A new way to get your business in full view of your neighborhood consumer through AdShare TV. It's available in your neighborhood today. It's easy. Just call us 754-999-6020. Become a host today and place a TV monitor in a strategic location so it's easy to see. Get a 1-minute video ad or longer that plays anywhere in our network. Can't be a host? No problem. For a few dollars, we'll run your 30-second video ad. A host can run announcement specials like buy one get one free or discount ads. Let's turn your flyers into a 30-second video with music or a voiceover, or let us create and run your video ad with a spokesperson. Take advantage of our early enrollment discount. Join us today. Your ad will be seen at least 30 times per day in your AdShare TV neighborhood. It's easy. Just call us 754-999-6020. AdShare TV, part of Pulse Media Group.
It takes an entire village to raise a child. Hello, I'm Paul Campbell, here to talk about Palace. Peace and Love Academic Scholarship. This non-profit group supports students facing serious obstacles from entering or continuing their studies, not because the grades are failing, but due to the lack of financial support.
Over the past 8 years, Palace has awarded 600 scholarships valued at approximately 50.3 million Jamaican dollars, or 415,000 US dollars.
Together, we must build a better future for our children. Please visit www.palace1.org and make your donation to brighten the future of a deserving child. Palace, preserving young minds for posterity.
Yes, my people, check out I Red Funks on Reggae Global Radio every Saturday at 8 p.m. with Kev Stew. We'll give you a pre-life, brand new, good for you. Kick it like a ball if you don't see a dance hall. You hear that?
Making great music is one thing, sharing it with the world, that's another. Let the professionals at Reggae Global Entertainment help you to another level. Specializing in artist management, booking, public relations and marketing, and promotion, Reggae Global Entertainment can help you with event planning, websites, photography, and video production, press releases, legal services, and graphic design. They can even help you with music production, so you can get the sound that you want every time. Call Reggae Global Entertainment at 954-804-8199. That's 804-8199. Or visit them online at reggaeglobalentertainment.com.
Matthew 28:19 says, "Go ye therefore and teach all nations." With this in mind, and encouragement received during a South Florida media conference, The Church Links was birthed. The Church Links is an interdenominational worship service portal for churches, providing the tools to spread the word through technology in a cost-effective way. The Church Links, www.dahchurchlinx.com, your links to worship and praise.
It's Christian representing for DJ Kevin. You see me, I say, I don't know the boss. You see me, I say, DJ Kevin's Stew and the night shift radio show. Yo, it at the thing, turn up the thing loud. Wow, DJ Kevin's Stew have the heart of a champion. Never underestimate, just choose him. The silver line behind the dark clouds. DJ Kevin's Stew believing, and that's no doubt. Salute the night shift radio show, Christian. It's a heart it up loud.
I was looking for the sun when I looked up to the sky, but the rain came down on you and but I kept you warm and you kept me calm, and that's how we survived. I was looking for a sign when I looked into your eyes, then I realized I really should be looking for your smile. You're so amazing, you're breathtaking. The relationship's still alive. The relationship's still alive, girl. The relationship is still alive, girl. The relationship's still alive, babe. Our relationship will never die, no. Our relationship will never die, oh. Ship is still alive, baby. I remember all the days that I took you on the beach and wrapped you in my arms. Girl, I looked into your eyes, I got too hypnotized, told you you're my only one. And I remember the nights under the moonlight, making love under the stars. And girl, you gave me your heart, and you showed me who you are. The relationship's still alive.
I want to welcome you back to the broadcast.
The relationship is still alive.
Our relationship is still alive. The sound of David Powell.
Our relationship will never.
That's the title of the track right there. Relationship still alive. I want to say thank you to Reggae Global Entertainment for sponsoring this segment of the broadcast.
We've had so some heights.
Reggae Global will act as your booking agents, take care of your tour management, take care of your trademarks, business registrations, legal service referrals, music production, marketing and promotion, and so much more.
I trust you.
Give them a call, 954-804-8199. That's 954-804-8199. Check them out online, reggaeglobalentertainment.com. Tell them DJ Kevin Stew sent you, yeah? Taking this once more from the top. David Powell. Track called Relationship Still Alive.
I was looking for the sun when I looked up to the sky, but the rain came down on you and but I kept you warm and you kept me calm. And that's how we survived. I was looking for a sign when I looked into your eyes. Then I realized I really should be looking for your smile. You're so amazing, you're breathtaking. The relationship's still alive. The relationship's still alive, girl. The relationship is still alive, girl. The relationship's still alive, babe. Our relationship will never die, no. Our relationship will never die, oh. Ship is still alive, baby. I remember all the days that I took you on the beach and wrapped you in my arms. Girl, I looked into your eyes, I got too hypnotized, told you you're my only one. And I remember the nights under the moonlight, making love under the stars. And girl, you gave me your heart, and you showed me who you are. The relationship's still alive. The relationship's still alive, yeah. The relationship is still alive, babe. The relationship's still alive, babe. Our relationship will never die, no. Our relationship will never die. Oh, ship is still alive, baby. We've had some highs, we've had some lows. Baby girl, that's just how relationship goes. Tell me the when, show me the how. I'll be there to get the job done, cause I trust you, you trust me. And girl, I love you, and you love me. My princess, my baby. The relationship's still alive. The relationship's still alive, yeah. The relationship is still alive, yeah. The relationship's still alive, yeah. Our relationship will never die, no. Our relationship will never die, oh. Ship is still alive, baby. The relationship's still alive.
Girl, I promise I will be there for you through the ups and the downs. You can count on me. If ever you're feeling lonely, I will be there for you.
This is the sound of J Will working out the Raps and Kush band.
You can count on me when the chips.
It's called There For You.
You can count on me when skies look gray, yeah. And girl, I want you to know that you're my best friend, and no tide could ever drift me away. Girl, I promise I will be there for you through the ups and the downs. You can count on me. If ever you're feeling lonely, I will be there for you, yeah. For you, for you, yeah. Loving you is a pleasure for me, baby, believe me. Just the person you are, you're making it easy. I'm gonna be there for you, baby, believe me. I'm open like a book so you can read it. And I promise I will be there for you through the ups and the downs. You can count on me. If ever you're feeling lonely, I will be there. I promise I will be there for you through the ups and the downs. You can count on me. If ever you're feeling lonely, I will be there for you, yeah, for you, baby. Hey, girl, I loving as usual, and the feeling you feel it is mutual, and you're so down to earth, so rutical. I will always be for you, always be for you. Girl, I loving as usual, and the feeling you feel it is mutual, and you're so down to earth, so rutical. I will always be for you. Girl, I promise I will be there for you through the ups and the downs. You can count on me. If ever you're feeling lonely, I will be there for you, yeah, for you, baby, for you.
Beside every good man, there stands a greater woman. Now I don't know how good I am, but I'm sure glad you're mine.
This is the sound of Code Red Band working out with Bobby Rose on lead vocals. Track called Unconditionally.
Happy without you in my life.
An extended musical therapy called this night shift week.
You give me everything. You give me everything. You treat me like a king. I know sometimes I hurt you. You still give me love. Still give me love. Unconditionally. A night at the movies. Candlelit dinner for two. Cruise across the Caribbean. Or a little quiet time, just me and you. Too often I've canceled these appointments, left you disappointed. You broke your pretty little heart, but you never broke your commitment. Although I don't deserve you, you give me everything. You give me everything. You treat me like a king. I know sometimes I hurt you. You still give me love. Still give me love unconditionally.
For the Hezites, this is Hezran.
As it ups, as it downs, you get me on my knees. When you lift me up, show me what the word love really means. Better with me through the rough and the tough, and you never said you had enough. You took away my heavy load.
dream. If the winds would up and take me to where it all begins.
This is new music coming to you from Marcia J. Ball and Raja and I.
Never goes wrong.
It's called Another Love Song.
What it really feels to be loved. Moments of emotion shared by two who really, really care. I'm caught up in the rapture of you, and I don't wanna let go.
I DJ Kevin's pull up that song, them like it, but
yeah man, it's bad for real. Marcia J. Ball or Raja and I.
It's almost like a dream. If the winds would up and take me to where it all begins. I'm so caught up in another love song, praying that it never goes wrong, floating on a melody of what it really feels to be loved. Moments of emotion shared by two who really, really care. I'm caught up in the rapture of you, and I don't wanna let go. Your love is my resource, my constant comfort zone. And I come to you whenever I'm feeling alone. You never let me down. You always lift my spirit. So grateful that you're with me. I'm thankful that you are. So caught up in another love song, praying that it never goes wrong, floating on a melody of what it really feels to be loved. Moments of emotion shared by two who really, really care. I'm caught up in the rapture of you, and I don't wanna let go. I look forward to every day, even days you stay away. Couldn't have you falling prey to someone else's charms. I love it when you're near me, love. That's when I think clearly, love. I know this might seem selfish, but I really do not care. When you work on trust and you don't stop, ride the waves of love and build it up. Take a leap of faith and don't give in. Love one another. If your love is like an open door, make sure you get what you're looking for. Grab a hold on life and don't let go. Love one another. I'm so caught up in another love song, praying that it never goes wrong, floating on a melody of what it really feels to be love. Moments of emotion shared by two.
Yeah man, I really like this track. Raja and I working out with Marcia J. Ball. It's called Another Love Song.
My resource, my constant comfort zone. And I come to you whenever I'm feeling alone. You never let me down. You always lift my spirits. So grateful that you're with me. So thankful that you're
the first thing that I saw, my eyes popped open.
This is Maurice Gregory.
Overwhelming beauty's captivating.
Track called What a Feeling.
I'm aching just to be right next to you. True, I've never felt nothing like this. I'm just losing myself. This feeling is growing stronger. I know you waited for a long time. I've waited for you to be mine. What a feeling, what a feeling.
Tanya Asaki.
I love you still.
That's the title of the track right there.
I love you still.
I love you still.
It's my will. I love you still.
Even though
Even with the pain you bring,
I love you still. No, this is unconditional love right there.
I did everything that a woman should. I stood by your side, loved you just right. I did everything that a woman could. I gave you your space, never complained. You knew I wasn't letting, better make it happen. Never had no fear 'cause I would always be there. Never had to worry if I was moving funny or if I had another man tasting your honey. I love you still. Even when the pain you bring, I love you still. It really goes against my will. I love you still. Even when the pain you bring, I love you still. You didn't do all the things that a man should. You put me down, you messed around. You didn't do all the things that a man could. You messed with my head, should've loved me instead. You knew I wasn't letting, better make it happen. Never had no fear 'cause I would always be there. Never had to worry if I was moving funny or if I had another man tasting your honey. I love you still. Even when the pain you bring, I love you still. It really goes against my will. I love you still. Even with the pain you bring, I love you still. Can't believe me still, I love you after the way you do me. In my heart, make me cry, give me many sleepless nights. Can't believe me still, I love you after the way you do me. Me run you, delete you, me block you, give me. Me say me can't believe me still, I love you after the way you do me. In my heart, make me cry, give me many sleepless nights. Can't believe me still, I love you after the way you do me. Me run you, delete you, me block you, erase you. I love you still. Even when the pain's real, I love you still.
Eres que me provoca cosas buenas. Eres
We're not limited to just the English language, you know. Don't get it twisted. This is Balaguero. The track is called Eres.
Sé que no necesito
Yeah, man, you are.
flores para que llenes mis días de colores. Solo necesito que tú me calores. Y así sé que se irán todos mis temores. Eres que me provoca cosas buenas. Eres que me quita todas las penas. Eres que me provoca cosas buenas. Eres que me quita todas las penas. Y si por ti yo tuviera que apostar, lo daría todo y más sin pensar, porque eres lo mejor que me podía pasar. Créeme que no te dejaría escapar. Eres que me provoca cosas buenas. Eres que me quita todas las penas. Eres que me provoca cosas buenas. Eres que me quita todas las penas. Entre tú y yo no hay condenas. Nuestro amor no se corta como cadenas. A diario se alimenta, se sirve como cena, porque solo así el corazón se llena. Boy. Entre tú y yo no hay condenas. Nuestro amor no se corta como cadenas. A diario se alimenta, se sirve como cena, porque solo así el corazón se llena. Boy. Eres que me provoca cosas buenas. Eres que me quita todas las penas. Eres que me provoca
told you, we're not limited to the English language.
This is Joanna Marie, and it's all about DJ Kevin Stew on the night shift. You feel for some stew? Check out Kevin Stew.
Thank you, Miss Joanna Marie. This is the sound of Joanna Marie. Mar de Amor. From the album Simply Irresistible. Yeah, you know that translates to Sea of Love, right? Say special thanks to McNeil Trucking for sponsoring this segment of the broadcast called Musical Therapy. With McNeil Trucking, you're in good hands. Give them a call, 954-406-9740 for your moving needs. Tell them DJ Kevin Stew sent you. Much love to those over there, McNeil Trucking. Hey, baby. I just want to get close to you. From one Joanna Marie to another. This is Joanna Marie working out with Peter G. Their rendition of Close to You. On the bedroom mood rhythm. You got to love it.
baby, all my life.
This is Ed Robinson.
Sometimes I wonder, is it for real?
Track called All My Life.
Or I'm just hypnotized, baby. The moment I laid my eyes on you, I just knew you were the one for me. Yeah. I'm so thankful that we're no longer strangers. You mean the world to me. Where have you been, girl, all my life? Now that I found you, baby, will you stay for life? Where have you been, girl, all my life? Won't you please stay with me for life? Pretty baby, most of our friends think I'm no good for you. They can't believe it's true. I'm with you. Yeah. What they don't know is the way I feel about you. And the way that you're loving me too. Where have you been, girl, all my life? Now that I found you, baby, will you stay for life? Where have you been, girl, all my life? Won't you please stay with me for life? Oh,
Abracadabra, form of a bitter rule.
This is the magician himself, Mr. Lee Kelly.
In light and the scent of your sweet perfume.
Says, listen, I can do magic.
Focus, focus. Now you're in the cute little dress that I like. Don't lose focus of what I'm about to show you tonight. I can do magic.
Yeah, man, I can perform a trick on you.
Snap of a finger, girl. I'll perform a trick on you. Anything you want me.
20 minutes at the top of the hour, 20 minutes before we get on out of here.
Girl, all you gotta do.
Bouncing through this musical therapy.
Perform a trick or two, baby. 'Cause I can do magic. I ain't no psychic, but I know just what you need, girl. You don't have to write it. Just looking at your body, I can read, yeah. You're giving me the eye, and it's making me want you bad, girl. Turn around, and guess what's in my hand? One snap of a finger, girl. I'll perform a trick on you. Anything you want me to do, yeah. Magic, all you gotta do is in the light. Baby, I can do magic. I make your home disappear. Out of nowhere, there was a rule appear. Next thing you know, it's you and me. Ooh, baby girl, still need. Baby, see what I'm about to do. If the wish is come through. All right, my hand, there goes your glove. This is something you should know.
Yeah, you should know I can do some magic.
Snap of a finger, girl.
One snap.
I'll perform a trick on you. Anything you want me to do. Yeah. Magic. All you gotta do is in the light. Baby, I can do magic.
Hey there, pretty woman, how you doing tonight?
It's on Amberleek.
I can see, girl, you're doing alright.
It's called Rent a Tile.
Hey,
That's where some magic really happens, you know. On the dance floor.
must be tired.
Because you know what one dance can do, right?
Need a break. I just asked the DJ to slow it down a taste. When I'm asking him to stop, just play someone drop. When I'm asking him to stop, no, just play some lovers rock. We can rent a time.
The Juggling Volume 1 compilation.
Oh, night. Madam style. No, we don't mind some old R&B. Curtis Mayfield and the Impressions, some good old Temptation. Just don't forget a good old one drop, some Sugar Man and some Gregory Isaac, so we can rent a time in our urban dub style. We just rent a time, yeah. In our urban dub style, yeah. Ooh, baby, we're gonna take them back and we caught it hard. No one would fight.
No one could ever love you more. You're everything to me.
Where is this you know? The sound of Zachary.
And when I see your smile, my baby, you
That
make
track is called Everything to Me.
no, baby, believe it or not. Me tell you say me love you, me mean it like that. Me kiss you, I'ma hug you, me feel it like shot. Believe it, me need you like that. And me never know, could I feel this way? These thoughts in my head say them dead all day. Believe it, I will never ever stray. I'll be loving you forever and I never miss a day, baby. Believe it when I say I will never make you feel this way. Cause girl, every little thing you do reminds me why I'm crazy for you. And every little move you make reminds me I've got something at stake. And girl, you really make me crazy. Yeah, you really drive me crazy. And this is why my baby, no one could ever love you more. You're everything to me. Oh, no. And when I see your smile, my baby, you make me feel complete. Oh, no. No one could ever love you more. You're everything to me. You're everything to me.
It's called Everything to Me.
And when I see your smile, my baby, you make me feel complete.
And when you find one that is everything to you, you know that it's your time. This is Yishka, one of the Greaves brothers.
The keys to the life that I've been searching for. The sound of your voice when I come home and you greet me at the door. You've got the curves that turn me all the way on.
Man say all the way on.
When I want in this world, that's for sure. It's our time. You know I love you. It's our time. I'll never let you go. It's our time. Please give your love to me. It's our time. Our love will grow. That beautiful smile that'll always light up my soul. I can feel the glow coming from your heart and I want to be a part. The loveliness that pours from your very existence. You can play the part in my life, bring harmony to my world. It's our time. You know I love you. It's our time. I'll never let you go. It's our time. Please give your love to me. It's our time. Our love will grow. It's our time.
10 more minutes before it's my time. Getting caught up in the music. Let me bounce and go through because I need to drop this one in there. This is the sound of Mr. Vegas.
When you smile at me, it's like the sunrise for me. Just open my eyes to see
my inner beauty from this royal queen. You are my dream girl. Dream girl. It's a nice summer week and you dip on the scene, girl. Dream girl. You are my dream girl. Nice like water from the mountain stream, girl. Dream girl. So come hold me, baby, baby, don't you let me go. Don't let me go. Put your arms around me and make we do it nice and slow. Nice and slow. And we can take it down low, 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 low. Get close like rock steady and Kenwood. Nobody got to know what we do, when we do, how we do. Nobody business what we do, when we do. It's me and you, my dream girl. Dream girl. It's a nice simple week and you dip on the scene, girl. Dream girl. You are my dream girl. Nice like water from the mountain stream, girl. Dream girl. You know long I've been dreaming, I almost stopped believing. Others were deceiving, but now me find a real thing. Oh, I feel the ocean breeze. That's love is
There's one rhythm compilation, boy. Sick.
You're my vacation.
This is Christina Alicia.
Secret beach, nothing can compare.
A sweet reggae song.
Ooh, your love is like a sweet reggae song. Come make we strong tonight. Oh, the DJ's playing our favorite song. Play till the morning light. Oh, see all the vibes just right. Everybody just a smile, leave your troubles behind. No time for a bad mind. No.
Everyone's having a nice time.
Cause life too short and you lost what you lost. Time to move on, the future here is bright. It's you and me, baby. Ooh, your love is like a sweet reggae song. Come make we strong tonight. Oh, baby. The DJ's playing our favorite song. Play till the morning light.
Baby girl, I'm falling for you. Don't you know I'm falling for you?
This is Phil Watkins.
Falling for you. Can't you tell I'm falling for
So listen.
you? Got my mind
Tripping, stumbling,
calling for
and falling for you.
and I know you're falling for me too. Yeah. Oh, it's the beauty of your mind, thoughts are pure and kind of captivating side of mine. Keeps me wanting you. Girl, you're divine like the sun that shine and brighten up my life. So much joy with you. I rise above my stress, conquer all my fears with the powers of Jah. Did it all with you. Trade up to for a woman like you. Woo, 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 woo. Yeah, yeah. Baby girl, I'm falling for you. Don't you know I'm falling for you? I'm falling for you. Don't you know I'm falling for you? You got my mind and my heart and my soul. Falling for you. And I know you're falling for me too. Yeah. Baby, when I met you, that's when I knew you were to stay. No more wishing, no more praying. Just send you my way. Nothing but your love where you take it and crown me. Joy and happiness when you there around me. With the grace of the King, your beauty shine from within. Girl, you're my everything. Falling for you. Don't you know I'm falling for you? I'm falling for you. Can't you tell I'm falling for you? You have my mind and my heart and my soul. Falling for you. And I know you're falling for That way she stood the shore and on the cross. Woman, you know your boundary like a dictionary. You brought meaning to my life, girl. You are so real, so virtuous, so pure. The best times I've seen, you've given me and so much more. Falling for you, don't you know I'm falling for you? I'm falling for you, can't you tell I'm falling for you?
I'm crazy for feeling so lonely.
Yeah, man, it's crazy around here now.
I'm crazy for feeling so blue.
The zone of Suzanne Sultry. A track called Crazy.
I knew you love me as long as you wanted. And then someday you leave me for somebody new. Why do I let myself worry? Wondering what in the world did I do? Crazy for thinking that my love can hold you. I'm crazy for trying and crazy for crying, and I'm crazy for loving you. Crazy for thinking that my love can hold you. I'm crazy for feeling so blue. I knew you loved me as long as you wanted. And then someday you leave me for somebody new.
Love won't let us wait, not a minute longer.
And best believe it won't let us wait any longer. Peter G working out a novelty.
So close to
Track called Love Won't Let Us Wait.
even makes it stronger.
And it's true. But it's just like my bed, won't let me wait. This is where we call it a night. I want to thank you each and everyone for locking in, logging on, and giving your support.
You're the breeze in the summer, the warm.
Encouraging you to look out for members of your community. Reminding you your community is not just a development that you live in, but it's spread far and wide. So those that you walk, ride, and drive and go by. You take the bus, the plane, the boat, the train. As you go about your day, these people that you pass along the way, these are members of your community. Do something good for one of them today, because you never know who's gonna do something good for you tomorrow. My name is DJ Kevin Studio, so I like to do it to you, for you, and with you every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 10 p.m. Eastern. Thank you to the affiliates: One Harmony Radio, Foundation Radio Network, ClintonLindsay.com, Island Worldwide, NIE Radio, WGLRO, Oliwap Radio, Dusik Media Group, PEMGTV.com. Truly appreciate love each and every one of you. Catch you tomorrow for Healthy Love. We'll do it all over again. Do give your support. Support the podcast. The Night Shift to DJ Kevin Stew. Support the website, kevinstew.com. You can even support the YouTube. Although YouTube blocked my Healthy Love last week. No worries, I must be doing something right.
There is something about this moment
catch y'all later. Good morning, good afternoon, good day to you wherever you are in the world. From right here in South Florida, I bid you a blessed good night.
And being so close to you even makes it stronger.
Greetings and salutations, one and all. You're invited to tune in to the night shift with DJ Kevin Stew. It airs on Mondays with Community and Finance, Tuesdays with Healthy Love, and Wednesdays with Real Talk from 10 p.m. to midnight Eastern Time. Come spend some time interacting Stew Pot, where we keep things bubbling and wind down in musical therapy. The night shift with DJ Kevin Stew is on kevinstew.com, where you're encouraged to have acceptance through enlightenment.